All right, this next review is going to be interesting. We're getting ready to review a movie that was very, very divisive here in 2018, and I'm curious to see what Guy has to say about this film. The movie's called Hereditary, and this movie was praised by critics, but was hated by people, the general audience who went and saw it. So we've got Guy on the review, and Guy, I saw your Facebook post, and Guy mentioned that, what did you say about this movie? You said
it was a movie.
It was a movie. And usually when guys...
By technical definition, it was a series of pictures moving to create a film. So it was a movie.
Usually when Guy says that, that's not good for the movie. Guy, tell us, I mean, critics love this film. The audience hated this film.
I'm a critic and I don't love this film.
What's the deal, man?
Okay, first off, if you're going in with the praise being this is a game-changing horror, or
yes,
it's this generation's Exorcist.
Yes.
Okay, you set the bar here.
Yes.
It reached about here.
That's quite a difference. For those who can't see, it was about a good 2-foot drop that Guy just showed us here.
If I was to give it a number grade, and being generous, I'd give it a 6.
Out of 10?
Barely above average.
Okay.
It is not worth all of the praising and backstroking that the critics are giving it. Not worth it one iota.
So where's the difference here between the audience and the critics? How come critics loved it and how come the audience didn't love it? What are we missing here?
I don't know if it's the fact that the critics aren't used to the tropes that are being used,
mm-hmm,
but it was cliche. It was cliched as hell.
Okay.
I can sum this all up in one sentence. Actually, not even one sentence. I can sum it up in 2 words, and that can pretty much tell you the whole story.
Okay. Well,
Satan worshipers.
that's what this film was about.
The trailer didn't show any of that.
No.
They actually made it seem like it was kind of a witchcraft thing, and the little girl kind of had this spirit inside of her that was causing... No, the little girl dies within 20 minutes.
Okay, so she's gone, and we're focused on Toni Colletti's character.
Toni Colletti's character and her family. She can talk to the dead. She finds out she can communicate with her daughter, Charlie, and her husband, Gabriel Byrne. After seeing evidence of the ghost, still does not believe. Okay. You've got a naysayer. She figures out that the spirit is trying to kill... Spoilers, by the way. The spirit's trying to kill her oldest son, which was Charlie's brother.
Mm-hmm.
So she tries to burn a book. She catches on fire. She finally decides to save her son by burning the book and dying. When she throws the book in, Gabriel Byrne's character dies. There's women who are sitting here. You meet a woman who teaches her how to communicate with the dead. Turns out she's been a friend of the family forever, and she didn't know it. She's part of a satanic cult. And the son ends up dying. The spirit that was Charlie possesses him, and now he's the embodiment of one of the 8 kings of hell. That's it.
Okay, so...
That is it. Now, there are some horrific elements.
Sure.
Like the mother being possessed to the point where when the son is towards the end gone up into the attic to try to get away from her mother, why they always go upstairs, sees her mother levitating with a piano wire sawing her own head off.
Oh, my goodness.
Pretty horrific, pretty
Yeah.
graphic. An interesting thing. But there's so much of this that makes no sense. None. At the end, they reveal we needed a healthy male because it was in a female body. It's a male demon. It needs to be in a male host because it was one of the kings of hell. So we needed you. It was born in the wrong body, and we needed your healthy body. Well, that's fine. Except throughout the course of the movie, the spirit breaks his nose, knocks his teeth out, and when he jumps out the window after being scared, He dies. Clearly, he has broken several bones. You don't have a healthy character anymore. This body's broken. Why? If you need him healthy, why do this?
That's a good point.
Sense.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. A lot of the stuff that's in here is by rote. If you've ever seen Rosemary's Baby, Satanic Cult. If you've ever seen The Omen, Satanists. It is so trite. And you didn't even know what was going on because as she was looking through the books that described, I can't even remember the demon's name. A pay apple pie, a ponte, whatever. That's how little I care. But he went up to his sister's treehouse that nobody had been in since she died. And all of these Satanists are there bowing towards a statue, the decapitated body of his dead grandmother is there, and his mother who just sawed her own head off, her body levitated there, and they're all bowing to this statue. He stares into the camera, somebody puts a crown on him, and then just recites this expositional rote of dumping information. You are this demon, one of the kings of hell. We needed a healthy body. We did, just telling everything. Okay, first off, first rule of film. Any aspiring filmmakers, first rule. Show, don't tell. If I want it explained to me, I'll listen to an audiobook. That irritates me. But it's also, she was thumbing through leaflets and stuff, and it came across a thing about this demon with some highlighted sections, but the highlighted sections were about 3 freaking paragraphs, and they held on it for about 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Not enough time to read, absorb, or gather any information to know what was going on. There is nothing that explains or gives you anything until the very end, and then it dumps it in 5 minutes. No, that's not game-changing. That's not this generation's Exorcist. Don't set the bar that high and then fall so short. Because, let's be completely honest. If you give a rhesus monkey a typewriter and unlimited paper and time, he would probably come up with a better script than this. Granted, it may be covered with feces, but I think this script was too. You've got to really, for anybody out there who is making a horror film or trying to do something new and innovative, I don't even care that it was Satan worshipers. Make Satan worshipers interesting, new, bring something to the table, please. I beg you as a lifelong horror fan, and I beg you as a lifelong cinephile, please bring something new to the table, because this cookie cutter, by rote, predictable. And like 4 times in the movie, they relied on jump scares. The cheapest form of any kind of horror. You've got to do better than that. There's just no excuse. In 2018, there is no excuse for it to be this hackneyed, cliched, hokey. None.
Sounds like you didn't like the film, Guy.
Like I said, barely above average.
Let me ask you, along with all the other stuff that the marketing campaign praised about this movie, we've heard a lot of good things critically about Toni Colletti's performance in this film.
I loved her. I thought she was fantastic.
Yeah.
It goes with a lot of other actors. I don't blame the actor for the performance. I blame the material.
Yeah.
A great actor is never going to be fantastic if given the script to the room.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. Sir Laurence Olivier, if you gave him Plan 9 from Outer Space, Sir Laurence Olivier would suck.
Yeah.
Because the script is horrible. You can only deal with the material you're given. And I don't know if it's a problem with the editing or revisions in the script during filming process and they were already tied in so they couldn't back out of the project.
Yeah.
Any number of things can change the outcome. But the one thing I'm going to say more than anything else is try to focus on, don't just pander to a horror market. Pander to a mass market, but make it work for horror. I appreciated that it was rated R.
Why did you appreciate it was rated R?
Because a lot of horror films are PG-13.
Yeah.
And a PG-13 horror film, it's kind of like going to a high school dance where you have to stand 2 feet from each other while you're dancing.
Sure. All right. Well, let me ask you, is Hereditary, is it better than Mother?
It's not as confusing as Mother. Mother was just weird.
I had to ask that. All right. So
Verhoeven is just out there to begin with. So
to the producers of Hereditary, do you see how mad you've made this man? You should be ashamed of yourselves. You really should. Guy, I appreciate you.
I don't get mad that often, but when I do.
Man, you bared your soul with this movie. I know that was hard for you, so I appreciate it.
It was hard to watch it.
I appreciate you doing that. He's Guy. I'm Chris. We're all about movie reviews. We are the Screen Team, and remember,
I hope you guys appreciate everything I do for you. I suffer through this crap for you guys, just so you know.
Because we want you to know before you go.